Hey guys, I'm Audrey and I'm doing the throwback tag. This tag was originally created by Gen X Pen and I'm gonna try it. Question 1. What year were you born in? I was actually born in 1998, so right now I'm 14. Do you have any pictures of when you were younger? If so, show them. I actually have all of these. That's me in 2001. That's me and my best friend Alyssa, and yeah. We had cucumbers on our eyes and we liked to play spa a lot. That's me at my princess party, and that was when I lived in New Mexico. I think I was 5. That's me blowing out my candles at the princess party, and I was really angry that day. I don't know why. I was just in a bad mood. And there I am, right there. That's Ashley Baker. She was like my best friend when we were little. I don't really even know if she's alive now. There's another picture. That is me and my mermaid doll. Me and my Scooby-Doo shirt. And then this is actually on Halloween, and I have the Halloween costume with me right now. There I am, angry again. There's little baby me. Another baby me. And that's pretty much all of them. This is me and my best friend on Halloween, and that's me. That's her sister, and that's Alyssa. She was the one in the other picture. TV shows did you watch growing up? Well, I watched Bear in the Big Blue House, Foster's Home for Imaginary Friends, the Teletubbies, Barney, Rugrats, the Thornberries, Wild Thornberries, and like a bunch of Nickelodeon shows. I love Nickelodeon and all that stuff. I wasn't really a Disney baby, but I did watch Lizzie McGuire and That's So Raven. What did you want to be, and do you still want to be that? I wanted to be a princess and a vet. I realize now that I can never be a princess, and I am not going to be a vet, and I don't really know what I'm gonna be right now, so just find out later. Show a video of you. I actually have a bunch of videos, but they're all on VHS, and so I had my other camera with me, so I just took a video of that, and so I'm gonna show a camera videotaping a video. That's baby me with the snowball. That's my mom. I was 2. That was on Christmas Day. And that's it. It's time for the next question. What were your favorite toys? I had this one toy, and it was like a long-necked dinosaur, and it was like velvet. I love that dinosaur. And then I would play with Bratz, Barbies. I was actually really mad because I started crying because I had cut off all of the hair on one of my Barbies, and I was like, that was my favorite Barbie, why did I do that? And then I also cried one time when my cousin, my mom was watching us for my aunt, and we were playing with my Polly Pockets, and he bit off the head to my favorite Polly Pocket. And I was so mad because it was my favorite Polly Pocket, and there it was with no head or feet. I also played with those little tykes, I think. Those little things where you put them in the holes, like they have big bottoms, like that big, and you stick them in the little hole, and then it makes this sound. I don't know what it's called. I don't know, but it was Fisher Price toys. I don't know. And then I had this one princess tent, and I would play in the princess tent, and I love that princess tent. I had a cat named Booties, and I'd dress him up and put him in the princess tent. And then I have this little guy. This is Bear. I got him when I was born, and he has one eye, and his name is Bear because I was like, 2 when I named him? And he has a missing eye because one day I was just sitting on the floor watching TV. I was chewing on his eye, and then his eye fell off, and I started crying hysterically. And his arms are like all weird because I would do this, and then I started crying because I made his arms all weird, and I cried over everything I did back then. What's the most embarrassing thing you can remember? Well, one day my whole family was going bowling, and they didn't have bowling shoes big enough for my tiny feet. I was about 2 or 3, I don't remember, but I was 2 or 3, and then my cousin Tamara, she goes, and she goes down the bowling alley, the little lane, and she's on the lane, and then she throws her ball like that. So I'm like, hey, I can do that. And so then I take my ball and I start running as fast as I can toward the lane, and when I reach the lane, I slip and fall. And I didn't have any bowling shoes on, so I'm like, oh my God, and I started crying, and it was so sad. I don't like it. 3 songs you used to listen to when you were a kid. Well, I would listen to Britney Spears' Oops, I Did It Again, the One-Eyed One-Horn Flying Purple People Eater, and because my mom liked that song American Pie, I don't remember how it goes, but I would always listen to that one. What is one funny thing you dressed up for Halloween as? And I have that costume right now, and I'll get it. For Halloween, when I was 1, I actually dressed up as a crayon, a red crayon, and I have the little hat right now. I don't think it fits. And I dressed up as a crayon for my first birthday, and I remember being a pumpkin, a witch, and all this other stuff. One day when I was in kindergarten, we got to come to school as in our Halloween costumes, and I came dressed as a witch, a spider witch. And then I went around chasing the kids, and I'm like, hee hee hee, I'm gonna get you, I'm a witch. And so they actually believed I was a witch that day. Tell a funny story or something you remember. I don't know why I remember this, but I would take my grandmother's bifocals, because they have that little thing at the bottom, and I'd look down, and it looked like I was on a big cliff, and then there was a giant drop off. So I'd be like, oh, I'm stepping on the cliff, oh, I'm gonna fall. And then I would actually fall down sometimes because I was like, oh my God, and it would just mess up my vision. Me and my mom and my dad, we would all get candles and marshmallows and turn off all the lights and sleeping bags, and we'd have a little camp out indoors. And so one time we were doing that, and I was roasting a marshmallow over the candle, and I turned to talk to my dad, and I'm like, hey Dad, blah blah blah. I set my hand down on the candle, and I couldn't feel a thing, but whatever. He said, they started freaking out. They were like, "Oh my God, are you okay?" And I was just like, what did I do? And they were like, "You put your hand on the candle. Did you not feel that?" And I'm like, no, I didn't feel that at all. What are some special things you've kept from when you were a child? I actually kept all of my baby clothes, not all of them, but a bunch of my baby dresses and my Halloween costumes. I have the pumpkin costume, but I don't remember where it is. And then I kept my bear. Oh, poor bear. He needs to be washed. I have my baby blanket inside, but I don't want to go inside. I also have my baby hat. My baby hat, like the one they bring you in. And I don't know why, but we kept my hair because it has a ponytail on it, because that's actually a funny story. Me and my mom, I had done my own hair, and you know how ponies get stuck in your hair like that? Yeah. Well, anyways, my mom went to the neighbors to get like sugar, and then when she came back, she found me with my hair cut off because I tried to cut the pony out of my hair, try to cut the actual pony, but because she would do that whenever I'd have a pony stuck in my hair, she'd actually cut the actual pony. But I tried to cut the pony, and I ended up cutting off my hair. What was one weird thing you used to do? I would get into the cabinets and I'd sit there, like get in the bathroom cabinets, and my mom would have to take out all the stuff because I'd get in them constantly, and I'd just sit in there and I'd be like, "Oh, look, I can get in the cabinets." And we had chickens, and I would take their eggs and put them in drawers. Like in the movie Fly Away Home, if you've ever seen that movie, she takes eggs and she puts them in a drawer with a flashlight. So I took a flashlight and I put my clothes, put them all over the eggs, and then like weeks later my mom would come and find eggs, rotten eggs in my drawers, and so she'd have to wash all my clothes over again. What was one scary thing you remember as a child? One scary thing I remember when I was a child is one time it was nighttime and I was going to bed, and I had a really big room, and I look out the window because I had a huge window, and I look out the window and someone is walking past my window. I scream and run upstairs to Mom, and she's like, "What is it? What is it?" And I'm like, "Oh my God, I saw a person walk by my window." And she's like, "Oh my God." And then, how is the world different from when you were a kid? Well, first of all, there is way more technology. The fashion sense has changed. There have been a lot of firsts. Well, the world's different. Bye. Oh my God, there's a bee. Is that a bee?